All right. So are you guys ready? On today's video, we're going to learn how to create passive income quickly and easily. And I've got my friend Kilé here. He's rocking it out. We're going to share with you a great way to create passive income. So let's dive in. If you're as excited as I am and as Keeley is to learn about this, I want you to go ahead and smash through that like button on this video just to show little likes here, show some positive vibes to get us all excited about sharing this content with you. And also, obviously, that's going to help other people learn about how to create passive income as well. So definitely pay it forward. Awesome, Keeley. So just before we dive into the meat of the matter, maybe just a little backstory about you, and then obviously how we got connected. So maybe just introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, right on, Dave. Thank you, my man. Yeah, my name's Kilé. Dave, thank you for the awesome introduction. And yeah, Dave and I go back, I think a couple years now, right? I think, we were getting into a sales course, and I was living in Indonesia at the time, right? And, we just kind of were bouncing off of one another. I looked up to Dave and saw the results that he was doing and reached out. And I think we've just kind of been, loosely keeping in touch over these last couple of years. And, you were traveling at the time as well. And yeah, look, here we are. You changed up locations again. I think you went up to Florida. I'm over here in Cozumel, Mexico. But yet we're still on the same journey, doing the same path, now. So it's good to be around you, my man.
Awesome, Keeley. Awesome. So obviously, people who are watching this video, you're probably looking to how to create more income, and you want to specifically learn how to create passive income. So Keeley, can you share with us how did you find out about this particular opportunity that we're talking about today in terms of passive income?
Yeah, for sure. So, getting into this industry not that long ago, I was hungry, I wanted to win. Right. And so I put myself around the right people. I've got around the right community, some top earners. I believe like success is you see somebody that's doing what you want, or somebody has what you want, right? And you just go after them. You just try to befriend them. You try to find out what they're doing. You mimic them. You mirror them. And so that's what I did, right? I got myself around some good people who are doing really, really well. $150,000 months. That don't sound too bad, right? So I end up, following along. Yeah, I end up following along with them. And, this system that we're talking about, just one of my, close friends had heard about it and says, hey, you know what? It's really about the passive income. It's really about the multiple incomes as well. Hey, why don't you take a look at this? And, I'm a firm believer of, like I said, following the successful. So I did my research, I did my due diligence on it. And, it's been nothing but, sunshine and checks, So it's been good, man. Yeah, just the right community, I would say, is how I found it.
That's awesome, Keeley. And you mentioned like these top earners. Is there anyone in particular that you wanted to give a mention to that people should look into? Or
yeah, that's me for sure, right? That's me.
100%.
Yeah, for sure, right? Go ahead, hit me up. No, I got in with a good couple of people. Dwayne was somebody who really gave me the right direction, right? I had got into it a little bit, right? Trying to get into high ticket affiliates. And I just didn't know what I was doing. And Dwayne was the one who was just like, all right, dude, come on. We connected really well as far as like, just the frequency was vibrating at the same alignment. We were on the same page. And he was like, come on, dude, like, let me show you this. I see what you got. And so Dwayne, yeah, my man Dwayne is, he's definitely an all-star when it comes to this stuff. So he kind of got me on the, the path to, succeeding at a fast rate.
Got it. So his mastery is affiliate marketing then.
Yeah, he's a damn good when it comes to that, and it's quick, right? That's the thing is, I love the quickness to it, right? Like if you can set something up super easy for people to be able to replicate, then that's where it gets dangerous, because then people are starting to get results quickly, multiplying those results. And, I think that that's how teaching should be, like quick and effective.
Got it. And you mentioned results, and obviously people are looking for results. I mean, in the end, we all know that whatever system we are doing, we've got to put in some work, or we have to invest something on the front end, whether it's in money or capital or effort or all of the above. But ultimately, people want results. So just to get people excited about what's possible, can you share, whatever level you can you share maybe your results? So maybe how long you've been with the multiple income funnel, because that's the system we're talking about today. And then what are some of the results you've gotten in terms of both cash results, but also anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I want to just totally agree with you, right? That, if you come into something like this is life in general, right? If you come into something and you're just expecting it to appear, then, go watch The Secret again, right? Manifest this. But the thing is, you got to come in, you got to do the work, right? So that is a major thing is, you could look at this as a side income, or you could come in at it like a full-time gig. Like Dave and I were travelers, right? I'm down here in Cozumel, so this is my full-time, part-time gig, And I've been doing this now for, I think, about a month, with multiple, with this system. And within these last just month or so, I've been able to pull in probably a little bit over 10,000 with where I'm at right now with this system, which is really, really good, right? So, we were talking about, getting there quickly. I mean, that's, something I think a lot of people are shooting for, is those 10K months,
Wow. So in your first month, roughly, you were able to bring in already 5 figures of income.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm waiting on one right now. So, let's kick it up to another 2K,
Amazing. Amazing. So obviously, one thing that's really important to remind people is that when you're setting up passive income, so most people can relate to real estate, for example. So when you buy real estate and then you start getting those monthly checks from your tenants or the Airbnb, there's always going to be some work on the front end to get everything set up. So you're going to have to buy the property, you're going to have to, set everything up. So in the beginning, you have to do some work, but then at some point you kind of let it go and it just hums along like a well-oiled machine, as long as there's a system in place. So how, just how labor intensive, or how much effort or money or resources did you feel you had to put in the beginning just to make that initial 10K?
Yeah. So great question. The one thing that with this system, right, is it had already adopted something that I had previously, which was a very good component on why I wanted to go with this as well, was because it was already leveraging 2 other opportunities that I had previously invested in. But if you're talking about, right now with just this last month, I've only put in probably about, it's probably pushing like $800, right? Whether we're talking about the funnel itself, we're talking about some ads, some traffic, and, different things like that. I would say I'm definitely under 1,000. And, again, the return's about, 10K, or about 12 when we come through with this one, right?
So that's a very powerful return. I mean, a 10X return is, is basically pretty respectable for any kind of investment that you make in terms of the cash. And then obviously you've been probably making some moves in terms of the effort, reaching out. Like, what have you been, what other than putting in the money, what kind of things have you been doing to make this possible?
So I love that, right? This goes back to, we were saying, putting up your front end, it does require a little bit at first, but then you're going to have that well-oiled machine, like you said, right? Yeah. So, at first, you want to get into how you can do the fundamentals, right? Maybe that's through Facebook organic marketing or whatever it might be, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that we get you to the point where you're lining up your pipe, right? You're filling up your pipeline. And then after, probably, I would say when I started to see the multiplication of the domino effect of people just coming through, is about a week, right? And then once you have about a week, the pipeline filled for about a week, then things start lining up with your email marketing. You start, getting everything like automated, right? Everything just doing the domino effect. So I would say labor intensive, a couple hours a day, right? Maybe. Depends. Maybe I want to go check out the beach, we'll see, right? But that's the life that we choose, right? So you can put in a couple hours if you'd like, maybe a few more. It really depends on what you're looking for. If you want to be a top earner, then of course you want to give it more and more energy, right? But I would say, with where I'm at and the lifestyle that I'm choosing to live, and with these results, I'm working maybe a couple hours a day.
Absolutely. And a lot of what you described is about developing and creating relationships. So it's important to remember that just like any business, these businesses built on relationships. And so a lot of what you're doing is you're building the email list, and you're creating value for your list, and you're staying in touch. And I know you're working, I signed up directly under you. So I'm kind of someone that you've been providing some support to me specifically. And I imagine you do the same for anyone that's signed up directly with you, because you want to encourage them and motivate them, and give them encouragement, and as well as any ideas they need to keep moving forward. So the relationship part of it, I think, is very important, just like any business.
I think that's huge. This is something I made a video about, a little while back, but it's your vibe is your tribe, right? You bring around the people that you want to be around. Right. So that's very, very important is, build yourself up around a good community, a good team, like I did, just several minutes ago, explaining to how you find that right community. And, you'll be able to create beautiful, long lasting relationships. You and me, we're going over, a couple years, as well as, you really do build some awesome connections with some go-getters, some killers, and some people that are ready to fucking get it, So who doesn't want that, You want those people in your corner. So absolutely build up that relationship, build up, that friendship, that good communication. Absolutely.
Sure. Awesome, Keeley. So, obviously you're living down there in Cozumel, Mexico, and I've spent time in Mexico. It's a beautiful place. So just for fun, tell us a little about what you do when you're not working on this system, like when you're not putting effort in, like what do you do for fun there?
Yeah, we live in life, right? We're living life. That's one thing that I really, really try to put on everybody, right? It's just live for right now. Live your life right now. Have your experience right here, right now. So, that's one big thing, right? Is, getting into myself, doing a lot of self-development, that kind of thing, I think is really, something that I dive deep into here, because Cozumel is a very spiritual island as well. So, working with the kind of spirits and stuff like that, that's, something that I think can bring a lot of power into your life experience. As well as, I'm a dive master too. So, I live like a couple blocks from the beach. And so I love scuba diving, and, I'm a dive master. So being able to, hit some really cool depths and things like that is always good. And working with my photography, and then, also shooting content, like that's what we're doing. We're living life, right? Let's share it with people. Let's show them what we're doing.
Amazing. So yeah. Where do you see yourself taking this? I mean, obviously if you were able to make 10K in income the first month, kind of what do you see coming up? Where are we going with this?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just one system, right? So there's plenty more where that came from, right? So I'm going big, man. I want to rock this shit. I am going big. I got somebody that's kind of pushing me right now for 7 figures in 7 months. So that's possible, and that's where my mindset's at. This is actually one of the biggest industries popping off right now, right? People working from home. I don't know how many fucking people are unemployed in the United States, but people are looking for gigs online, and this is a massive industry, so the potential's there. And so, yeah, man, I definitely want to keep going, keep rising, keep growing. And that 7 figures don't seem too bad,
Awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe the private jet will be shortly in tow thereafter.
You saw my yacht, right? Yeah, we're gonna get all the whole fleet all set up. Yeah. No, like jokes aside, I really want to do very, very well. I want to bring people in like you who are doing phenomenal right out the gate.
Yeah.
Taking things into your own resourcefulness, right, and making it happen and doing your own thing and being creative. So bringing more people like that around and just trying to get people to live a good life, live life on their terms. That's one thing I think we're really trying to get here is, you can do it around the world, travel around the world, so, share that abundance and wealth, ideology as well with people.
Absolutely. That's absolutely great. Great. So for you who's watching this video, we've been kind of sharing with you what is possible with this. And Keeley, you're absolutely right with, I made a video on YouTube recently called Jobs Are Dead. And in that video, I kind of talked about how the old paradigm is dying, where you would go work for one employer and you kind of rely on that one employer to give you your income. And I get the fact that there's still a lot of people who are doing that, but the truth is you can see where everything is headed. And, if you want to have true financial independence, that's great. If you have a main gig, something you're really good at, and you want to earn a living from that, that's awesome. Everybody has a superpower. Everybody has skills and abilities that they can monetize. But it's really important to have different options. And anyone who's created real wealth knows that you need to have multiple income streams, and you need to have passive income, which is income that doesn't require you to show up and trade your time and your efforts, your muscle, so to speak, for money. So that's what this is. This opportunity is really just another opportunity for you to vet out and see if this works for you. I mean, you heard the results that Keeley has been getting. Those are 100% possible. That's just from 1 month. So if you wanted to explore this further, obviously do your diligence. I'm going to drop a link below the video where you can go and watch a video to find out more information about the system. And that way you can decide if that's something you want to do. But I'm super excited. I'm all signed in. And, Keeley, you said you bought in for about $800. I think I bought in for a little less. I kind of went in, my toes in a little bit in the shallower waters, maybe more cautiously, but now I'm starting to see some results. So I'm thinking I'm going to start, cranking it up a bit myself, because I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to see what's possible here. And you just have to be, it's important for someone who's thinking about investing in this, you have to be willing to put something in to get something out. That's really the bottom line. Right.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And, that's what's beautiful about this as well is, to throw this out there is there's so many different ways to get started here. Like for somebody who's like you, a little bit skeptical, right? You get in at a lower level, very awesome, very good for a beginner to get in. And then there's also, some very higher tier as well. Whereas like, hey, if you really wanted to make this happen and you really wanted to see some massive, massive results, you have that high ticket offer as well. But like you said, you're starting out and you're already seeing results. So, it's the system works. It just works. If you work the system properly, the system's going to provide for you because it just converts. It just works.
Absolutely. And I remember how excited I was to get those first sales coming in, those first notifications for me. I mean, that's always exciting. It almost doesn't even matter, whether it's a $20 sale or a $200 sale or a $2,000 sale. When you start seeing those sales come in, you see what is possible. And that's what gets you motivated to keep doubling down on the success. So I think that's one of the positives of this kind of system. So basically, we've shared with you on this video today, this opportunity. So if this sounds interesting, comment below any questions you have, either for Keeley or myself, because we're going to have the chance to respond. If you have a question, obviously you're going to go, if you're interested enough to vet this out, you can always go check out the video. There's no obligation just to vet it out, but you'll have a chance to see if that's something you want to do. One thing I'll say is I've done a lot of research online in terms of all these different income opportunities. And, I will say that it's important to do a little research, because there's a lot of gurus out there or people telling you, go do this, go do that online. But a lot of them are like, literally, there's this one guy, I'm not going to mention any names because it's not about calling people out, but he would have people go to this website where he said you can make money fast, but you would earn like 1 cent per minute or per hour or some ridiculous amount of money for doing all this manual labor. So you gotta really be careful. It's kind of a wild west out there. That's why it's important as an entrepreneur to really vet out whatever passive income streams you want to invest in, and make sure that you're investing in a system that actually works, and that you can put a reasonable amount of work into it and get a reasonable return, a decent return for whatever you put into it. So this opportunity, from my perspective, has all that. And Keeley, I think, is validating that as well. But do your own research. I mean, don't take our word for it. Ask any questions, check it out. There'll be a link. Now, if this has been helpful, go ahead and smash through that like button. I also want to invite you to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the conversation with Kilé today, let me know, comment below, because I'd love to have him back on. Maybe we can riff on some other topics. It's always great to have guests on the channel. So hopefully, go ahead and leave a comment. And Kilé, anything else you just wanted to share with the entrepreneurs and badasses that are watching this video?
Yeah, these are some badasses, right? Just that, I guess, be a badass, right? Whatever you're going to do. This is a little like David Goggins, a little bit of motivation going at you, like whatever you're going to do, just fucking do it. Make sure that you go all the way in, believe it. If you want something to change, you have to make a change yourself. So be the change that you want to see, and, just go all the way in, just go after it, and you will make it happen, period. That's life on everything. Just go for it.
Absolutely, go in. Don't sit on the fence. You've got to really lean into what you want. And if you want to achieve big things, you're going to have to be willing to take a chance on yourself and on life. So and when you do, you'll see that life will reward you for taking that opportunity, taking that chance. Life will just reflect that back to you and say, good job, man. Good job. Here you go. I'm going to reward you for the fact that you took a chance on yourself.
That's right. That's it. So go big.
Awesome. 7 figures in 7 months. I'm signed up for that, Keeley. My man, you're motivating me.
Yeah, that's it, right? Let's do it. You'll be right there with me. I know you will. And absolutely, it's all possible. That's another thing too, right? Go big, think big, because even if you miss big, you'll still land on massive. So don't worry about it. And just, like Dave says, just go for it, and put in a little bit of that risk factor.
Awesome. Keeley, I appreciate the chance to have you on here. And for viewers watching this, go take some action. At the very least, check out the content, check out the video, see what resonates with you. And if it makes sense, come back, ask a question, or just take action. And we look forward to seeing you on the inside. Keep rocking it out.